you feel that your throat gets sore every time you sing? If so, you are not alone. In this video, I'm going to show you the #1 reason why your voice gets sore every time you sing, and most importantly, how to fix it. After coaching adults for 15 years, I can tell you the #1 pattern that I see in almost everyone when they just start, and this really is gonna make your throat sore. So keep on watching, because chances are you are doing the same. As I mentioned, I coach adults, so adults usually come to singing lessons after have tried to sing and getting sore. And so in pretty much every one of them, I see this common pattern, and it's the way they start the sound, basically. Most adults that I know start the sound with something we call the hard onset. It sounds a little bit like this. So you hear that click there. I'm not gonna do it very often because it actually hurts, so I'm not gonna repeat it too much. But it's that, so that right when you start singing. It seems innocent, it's not, it's very damaging, and that can be the sole reason why you get more tired and more tired and more tired. So go ahead, pause this video, try to sing something and see if you get the same. Even if it is a tiny click, it's gonna have an effect on your vocal folds. Basically, the vocal onset has to do with the coordination between your inhale and your exhale. When you sing, what you are singing is pretty much an exhale. You sing on your exhale, but that is a pressurized air. That is what we perceive as voice. And of course, then we transform it through the articulatory muscles. But the way you coordinate the inhaling with the exhaling and with the closing of the vocal folds is what defines the way you start the sound and the quality of the rest of your singing and your vocal health. What I see most often is that singers come with a very high and shallow breath. So this is what I see. And of course, that is translated to any song they sing. So let's analyze a little bit of what's happening. I am breathing by raising my shoulders up like this and making a lot of noise. So when you breathe in with your shoulders up and making a lot of noise, you might feel that you are inhaling a lot because your shoulders are expanding and because it feels energizing. Now, it only feels energizing because you are making a lot of effort. Basically, it's an inhale that it's very small, it's not efficient at all. You are using a lot of effort for a tiny little breath. So it's not a lot of breath, really. You are doomed from the inhale. You inhale high, you contract the muscles around it. It's very hard to speak like this now. Imagine singing. So you have a lot of effort, your neck muscles are all tense, your vocal muscles can't really work with efficiency because there is a lot of stuff on the way. And on top of that, you have really little air. So when you have a little air, low volume of air in the lungs, the pressure that you require to send that air out on an exhale is gonna be much higher. It's physics. So this is the situation. You are there with a lot of effort from muscles that don't need to be tense for singing. In fact, they have to be out of the way, but we are tensing them. We inhale little air. We have to send a lot of pressure. So because of this type of breathing, so high and shallow, we kind of have to do a little holding between the breathing and the singing. And that is what kills your voice. So when you are breathing like this, see that little holding? Well, that is something most singers do. As I mentioned, when new singers come here, or singers that have been training with other methods or with no methods but have been singing for a while, they breathe in this way. They breathe like that, and they breathe right before singing, and they still have time to hold. There is a tiny micro holding that happens when you breathe in that way. And this holding happens for two reasons. Number one, because you are breathing with a lot of effort, but also because you are probably breathing through the nose. I know it's controversial, but for singing, breathing through the nose, not good. So anyway, part two of this big situation, pay attention because this is what singing is about. Your vocal folds are not there just for singing. In fact, singing is like the last thing in the priority list of your brain when it comes to what tasks to get to your vocal folds, okay? So your vocal folds are mainly an inhalation valve. That's the primary function. When you inhale, they are open. When you finish inhaling, they close, all right? So if you make a little holding in between the inhale and the singing, the vocal cords are going to close. The default is going to be to close. Why? Well, because nothing can go to your lungs, and the vocal folds are like the last step to protect your lungs from things going through them, right? So that's the situation. You breathe in with a lot of effort, a little bit. You hold for, a microsecond, but still is enough. This works very fast. Your vocal folds close. Then because you have little air and a lot of tension, your air pressure to sing is gonna be super high, and it's gonna send a lot of air with a lot of pressure to vocal folds that are already closed. So the vocal folds are closed, you send the air, you get the click. Now, how do we avoid this? Well, you have to train yourself and your instrument to eliminate the click, to eliminate the holding between the breathing and the singing. Simple as that. But of course, not as simple to make it a habit. The easiest way to do this is to train yourself to breathe through your mouth when you are singing. This, I know, is controversial, and I have lots of new singers telling me, but breathing through the nose is healthier. Yes, you have the little hairs there that filter your air. All good, no problem. For singing, it's better to breathe through the mouth. For singing. This is super important to understand. For any activity you do, you are going to have a different way of breathing that is going to help the activity. Now, for singing, the breathing is through the mouth if you want to have those benefits. So you can try it right away. Open your mouth to an ah shape with your lips a little bit forward, so not ah, just a dark ah. From there, bring the tip of your tongue to touch the gum. Inhale. When you inhale, see if you can feel the fresh air coming to the back of your throat, and then try to exhale with sound in a bit of a circular way. So that means you inhale, you exhale, you inhale, you exhale without any stop. So we don't do yeah? We open the mouth to an inhale, and then sing right away. So when your hand is going up, you are inhaling. As soon as your hand starts going down in the circle, you exhale and breathing in. Try it again with me. So try it a couple of times. Hopefully you can realize now that that is much more gentle for your voice. Of course, I told you this in a very short space of time, but if you want to go really in depth in this and learn to sing in a way that is going to save you not only months but probably years of training, then you might be a good fit for my one-on-one coaching program. This program lasts 10 weeks. In those 10 weeks, I train you in the absolute fundamentals of singing, so you finish the program with a strong instrument, singing a song that you like, and it saves you from scrolling down hours and hours and hours trying to find one YouTube video that works. If that sounds good to you, go to the description below, book a call with me, and I can tell you more about my program, and we can see if we are a good fit. I hope you like this video. Let me know in the comments what questions you have, and of course, if you like this video, go ahead, subscribe, like this video, and I'll see you in the next one.